Hey guys, I hope everybody has had a great Christmas. It has been a while, it feels like, since I have streamed. Let me, get this shared and then we will, uh, you know, get into it. I hope everyone's having a good day. It's a good day for fast news. So we'll have fast news today and tomorrow. We'll be off the rest of the week and then we'll be back on Monday with Western New York and 5 at 10 a.m. I am very excited, guys. This is going to be really cool. Um, so we do have a good, we do, I think anyways, I'm biased in this sense, I guess, but I think we have a pretty decent lineup, not a long lineup. One of the stories I wanted to talk about, I need to gather more information on. That is the Warnock story. I need to gather more information on that. But either way, I will address that story tomorrow, whether or not I find the information that I was using today. I'm trying to verify it or not verify it. There's a lot there that goes back a few years. So let's get into this. I hope everyone's having a good day. Welcome back to Fast News. I hope everyone had a great Christmas weekend. All right. So a lot has happened since we've been on last. The Buffalo Bills have swept the New England Patriots, so that's awesome. The Erie County Comptroller and County Executive have continued their feud publicly. A detective involved with the Breonna Taylor shooting was fired today. He was given his letter of termination, however you want to put it. But first, we're going to start with the deputy and pastor, Michael Jason Mead. He apparently just goes by Jason Mead. So, Mason shot and killed Mason, wow. Mead shot and killed Casey Goodson Jr. on December 4th. Mead was hired by the sheriff's office in 2003, and he served in the Marine Reserve in 2005 in Iraq. Not only does Mead work on the SWAT team, but he is also part of the U.S. Marshals Task Force in Ohio. Despite all of this, Mead's record is inconsistent, to say the least. In 2007, he was placed on a no inmate contact status pending an AI investigation. He was removed in 2011. There was no explanation given for either one of the moves. In 2018, Mead was placed on administrative leave for a psych evaluation. In 2019, March 2019, Mead received an oral reprimand for violating rules and regulations, for deploying his taser on a suspect and didn't notify a supervisor or communications about the use of force. He received below average rankings on his 2010 performance evaluation. It was noted that Mead appeared to be content with only doing the bare minimum to get by. However, his most recent performance evaluation, given in September, says that he was great and he goes above and beyond. So, okay, nothing wrong with that. People can change and get better at their job as they go on. I just wanted to point some of that out to you. Now, according to Columbus Dispatch, in an interview on a YouTube channel, Mead described the use of force as righteous release. Now, this is a 2018 interview by the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, guys. Now, every now and then, you have to actually use force, Mead said in the video, called connecting with the community. We don't go around looking for it because we don't have to, he said. Plenty of people out there will give you that opportunity. He says that people say Jesus said to turn the other cheek, but he responds by telling them to read the Bible. He said Jesus isn't talking about physically getting slapped in the side of the face. There is a release in our job that righteously we can actually use force, Mead said. Wow, this guy's a pastor and a cop. All right, we're just going to move on. All right, so we're going to move on to our next story, which is an update in the Breonna Taylor case. So, in Breonna Taylor investigations, I should say. So, Detective Joshua James received a pre-termination letter. On today from the intern chief Yvette Gentry. after professional standards unit investigation found he had violated the department's procedure for preparation for a search warrant, execution, and truthfulness, his attorney Tom Clay said. So basically, he's going to have a chance to kind of fight this because the union has to give him a chance to fight this. But more or less, at this point, after that investigation, that's probably more than enough evidence they will need if he tries to challenge it with a union paid for attorney, because that's why you pay all the money in union dues, police officers and anyone else who has union. You pay the money for job security. So if he decides not to fight it, I don't know if he will or he won't, then he'll just probably go quietly. I'm not sure what it means for his retirement and all that, and that's something I will look into, and I will get to you guys tomorrow, because that's something I actually want to know. So this morning, a 6.4 magnitude earthquake hit Croatia, about 30 miles south of the country's capital. It killed at least 7 people and injured 20. Just, 2020 has been a horrible year, and that again, it's just kind of adds to it. So this next story, we're actually going to bring you the news story on the screen because it's such a wild story that I don't know if I could read it to you and have people believe that I'm not making it up. And I'm serious, because I didn't believe it at first until I did some digging. So let's get into this. Sorry, my headphones are kind of itchy today. Let's get into this. We're going to read this together, and then we will close it out after this story. I have one more. So, on the afternoon of October 21st, 7 Phoenix police officers gathered for a briefing in Cave Creek Station when the meeting diverged into a discussion about the defund the police movement. Now, these conversations can get pretty heated. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've been involved in several very heated defund the police conversations. So, and I'm sure a lot of you guys here have too. When Officer Stephen Poulos expressed his thoughts, the room went quiet. If the mayor defunds the police, I'm going to shoot her, Poulos' sergeant recalled, hearing the officer say, referring to Mayor Kate Gallego. The sergeant broke the silence by saying, "You're not going to shoot the mayor." Poulos doubled down. "That's a promise," he responded. Wow! I hope this dude's not on the force. What? I hope he's off the force now. That's an insane. Yeah, these are crazy. This is why I wanted to read the story and show you guys. This is on AZ Central. Poulos' comments were detailed in a Tempe police report recently released to the Arizona Republic as part of public records request. A Tempe police detective interviewed the sergeant and the other 5 officers who were at the meeting with Poulos. Some officers remembered Poulos' threat differently, according to the report. One officer said he remembered Poulos saying, "If they defund us, the first person on my list is the mayor." A third officer remembered Poulos saying, "If they defund the police, I'll go over to the mayor's house and shoot it up." So it's more or less the same thing, right? I mean, same kind of message. 3 of the officers told the Tempe detective that they believe Poulos would not act on his threat because he was just venting, according to the police report. After the meeting, the police report says Poulos backtracked and told the sergeant his comments were just a joke. Just a joke, guys. If I said something like that on a YouTube video, the police wouldn't storm my house and come arrest me. No, I was just joking. It's okay if a cop says it during his meeting. It's okay. It's just a joke. I'm sorry. Now I'm getting a little carried away, but you see, he says it's just a joke. I don't know why they made a big deal about it. It was just a joke, Poulos told the sergeant, according to the police report. The comments, whether made in jest or not, were taken seriously. The Phoenix Police Department asked Tempe police to criminally investigate the case. The Phoenix police also opened an internal affairs investigation to determine if Poulos violated any policies. That report has not been released, at least not yet. The Tempe police detective has forwarded the report to the Maricopa County Attorney's Office, which will decide if it will prosecute Poulos. The case was submitted for review of charges of making terroristic threat and threatening or intimidating someone, according to the police report. Poulos told the Tempe police detective that he would not provide a statement. Poulos and his attorney, Josephine Hillam, declined to comment to the Republic. Sergeant Mercedes Fortune, a spokeswoman for the Phoenix Police, said in an email on Tuesday that Poulos is on administrative leave. She also said the administrative investigation is ongoing. Prosecutors are still reviewing the case for any possible charges, said Jennifer Luer, a spokeswoman for the Maricopa County Attorney's Office. Galileo had not read the police report before the Republic sent it to her office on Monday. The mayor declined to comment on the threat, including whether she wanted the officer to be prosecuted until she had time to review the report. Her communications director, according to her communications director, Janine L. Aguirre. So I could keep reading into this, but it will take a while. And really, I mean, I just wanted to go over that part because it's an unbelievable story. And it's one of those things where I feel like if I didn't show you guys the story firsthand, I feel like people think I was making it up because it sounds so far-fetched. But, it sounds like if they do charge him, I think that set a crazy precedent. But also, I think it shows a little cracks in what we were referring to as that thin blue line. I think it shows some cracks now where some officers are starting to report fellow officers for breaking procedures and laws. And I think that's a good thing because officers should be held accountable. They're paid for with our money. We should expect them to be held accountable for what they say and how they act. Now, someone who I have been following for a long time now is starting a nonprofit, and it deserves to be highlighted. His name is Owen Morgan. He is better known as Telltale from his YouTube channel, and he's starting a nonprofit. Morgan's a cult expert. He's writing a book currently. He's a huge activist, and in my opinion, he's one of the best content creators out there. Now, I don't always agree with everything he says. I really don't, but I think he's a very good content creator. He does his research. He's very intelligent. And the nonprofit goes with Morgan's kind of activist work where he wants to help people who are leaving. He's an ex-Jehovah's Witness. His story is very inspiring. He left. A lot of stuff happened, but now he's just this big activist, and he's trying to help people out, trying to leave controlling religions and cults. He's setting up a nonprofit to do that. He explained it in one of his podcasts. It won't be a cheap endeavor by any means, but I think it's a really cool one, and stuff like this should be highlighted because I love all the work Owen Morgan has done as Telltale, and if you guys don't know who he is, I think you guys should check him out. That was Fast News. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I will see you next time, all right? And you guys have a great